Hello, Western Civ 104. Welcome to week 9. And I just right away want to point out that you're going to notice when you look at your course objectives that no work will be due this Thursday. And the paper that you normally do on Sunday is no longer required, but you can do it putting the same kind of effort that you would normally put into a Sunday paper for extra credit. Okay? So it's optional. But you also have more videos to watch, and you do have more points being given to you for video notes. And you're going to be watching a lot of documentaries. Two very important ones, which are on Beowulf, the Old English texts, and then on Icelandic sagas. And I mean, I obviously have a bias for being in love with this kind of information, but this is really fascinating stuff, and you don't have a lot of access to this information outside of these two sources here from the BBC. I mean, I certainly have not watched any equivalent on other video source, looking at anything else on YouTube or on the internet. And this is certainly important known information to specialists, but most people don't have a lot of access to this information. And the one dealing with Iceland, it's so important because I'm hoping by the time you finish watching my lectures, you'll realize how much of an impact Iceland has left on Western literature, and actually even on world entertainment. If you are into stories about Thor and Odin, essentially the information or anything you would know about that, those topics are mainly coming from Iceland, and I discussed that in the text, and there's a reason for that, which you will learn when you watch the lectures and the documentaries. I really want you to understand that when you watch these videos this week, and if you do find any interest in them, that you are learning something very important that unfortunately is not known to many people, the average person on the street, so to speak. And the documentary on Beowulf is also extremely interesting and really helps us kind of get a better understanding, I think, of the origins of the English-speaking world and the background to English-speaking civilization, if you want to put it that way, in those kind of simple terms. And so I hope that you really do enjoy and get into these, and I hope that also, learning about Charlemagne is very important. So in the discussions, I talk about, Charlemagne being extremely important. I want you to talk about him or talk about some of these other topics. What I'm going to be looking out for is if people get lazy, if I see somebody started off with a topic about Charlemagne, and then you're just parroting back comments that are going on with other people, and you don't make this interesting, and it looks like you're not really doing any kind of thought on your own, I'm going to write to some of you and make you do it over. Okay? The discussions need to really be you putting your own thought into it. So don't get paranoid if you like the topic of Charlemagne and you want to write on him, or the other, or any other topic, and you're seeing other people are writing on it. I know if you're genuinely contributing, or if I see that you're kind of almost cutting and pasting and rearranging other people's comments. Okay, don't do that. That should never be done, but I'm going to really be paying attention extra this time, because what we're not doing the paper, the attention I'm putting on is the discussions, and I want to see those quality notes of showing you demonstrating that you watched all the videos. And I happen to have an extreme interest in this topic, as well as the topics that were brought up from last week. And just to say, you'll see in some of the videos that I addressed that at the time that I was given this lecture, at the time that I was first given this class to teach online, I was a little nervous and hesitant. It was something that I had to do a little bit more research on. And then over the years, I've expanded my research. And so then I added the ones on the Vikings that go into the background about Iceland and Snorri Sturluson. And when I went to Iceland last summer, I definitely really enjoyed looking not just at the beautiful landscape, but just the sites in which impacted we're relevant to the information that we're learning in this class this week. So that's all I'll say. I keep babbling on. I hope you're having a great week. It's very cold and wet here in Portland. I'm not sure how it is going in the Central Valley, but or wherever else you may be. Some of you, my students, are actually also in different states, I think. But okay, have a great week, and we'll be in contact. If you need anything, of course, hit me up.